You are listening to the Wild Man Podcast.
Thank you for choosing the Wild Man Podcast. Our guest is Matthew. If you care to say the band name, I am not going to try to butcher that.
You're all good. I'm Matt McGee. I'm from the band Rakuyo.
Fuck yeah. Dig the shirt, by the way. Slam Witches.
Yeah, they're killer.
Thank you. Love them. They're the homies. They definitely do that, like, necrophagist, deathcore worship stuff really well.
Yeah, dude, and she's a killer vocalist. She's super killer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Frankie kills it.
Yeah, she's pretty rad, dude. And don't be modest.
Yes.
You've been in like a bunch of other bands too, man. You were ex Agony Reigns, which was like a thrash band, right?
Yep.
Like a melodic thrash band. And then you're in a black metal outfit right now too.
Yes, the previous name is Necrotisk for that band, and we're just currently reformatting some stuff. So that's a project that's on the horizon whenever it happens, but Rakuyo has been busy enough that that's been kind of like the main focus on my end.
For sure, yeah, man. I remember you sent me some like demos and stuff of your black metal band when we were talking online, and I was like, yeah, this sounds like it could definitely like go somewhere for sure. Like it was legit pretty raw. Like I dug it. And I'm not the biggest black metal guy, but like that's actually kind of catchy riffs.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, man.
So, first question for you.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do the revival?
Okay. I do like this question a ton because I grew up listening to like that original wave of metalcore and to a degree deathcore. It was more metalcore on my side, but like when I was like getting into heavier music, the first like I had the stereotypical pipeline of like, oh, a parent showed me The Offspring, then I found Avenged Sevenfold, so on and so forth. Like that type of like ease into it. But then it was like there was this moment in high school where I found the earlier Avenged Sevenfold stuff. I found Trivium. I started listening to, like, granted, this is more melodic death metal, but their later stuff, I would argue, is very much in that camp, like In Flames, Children of Bodom. Like,
yeah.
I started listening to more core and melodic adjacent stuff, and it's just always been a genre that I love, and, like, I learned a lot of, like, my technical abilities on guitar by learning songs within that realm, like early Chelsea Grin stuff, early Suicide Silence stuff, early Trivium, early Bullet for My Valentine, so on and so forth, like that like era of bands. And so as we touched on based off of like Aaron's introduction, like the band I was in for a while was like a melodic thrash band, so there was some room for some of those elements to be like introduced, but not a ton. And the other band that I was active with was like a black and death metal band. So again, room to incorporate some of that elements, but never to like fully immerse into it. And when Rakuyo was formed in like end of 2024, it was just like subconsciously just seeing like bands like Thus Spoke Zarathustra, playing with like filled in with a band that toured with them, and like seeing them, Your Spirit Dies. It was just like in my brain, I'm like, this is my sign that it's time to actually, whatever the next band is, metalcore or deathcore adjacent, because seeing newer bands do it live, I was just like, I'm missing out on that personal fulfillment of finally getting to like play that style of music live. So that was kind of like the big motivation to pivot in that direction, which, yeah, and a lot of us share that same background where it's like we grew up listening to earlier metalcore or deathcore bands from different directions, and we're just like, this would be kind of sick, it would be kind of fun. So I hope that gives some good clarification on that.
Oh yeah, the revival scene's so healthy right now too, with like how like previously before the interview started, like we talked, like you said, Mauled is going up there, Reverent. Like I never thought in my wildest dreams, I've only seen Mauled one time, that they would be this huge and selling out merch like it's that.
Oh yeah, they have the performance to back it up too. It's like the last year I filled in with the band Thus Spoke Zarathustra that I just mentioned on their album release tour, and one of the legs had Mauled and Surface from Louisville on it, and like that was apparently Mauled's first tour, and like how they were performing and the confidence that they had, like you could have convinced me otherwise. If they would have said, "Oh, we've been touring for 4 years," I'd been like, "Heck yeah, that sounds right." And it was just phenomenal, and seeing them grow and do all this cool stuff is just so cool to see.
Oh
yeah, it's another band, the Thus band that you were talking about that you're on tour with. Yes. They're another band that's in the Revival that's like a perfect mix of like deathcore and metalcore elements too.
Mm-hmm.
Really blew me away. And I found out about them through you guys touring with them, and that was the show I was going to go to, but I ended up I couldn't make it. But I got really into that newest album of theirs a lot. I was like, man, there's a lot of like Black Dahlia, Suicide Silence. There's some Despised Icon breakdowns. There's a lot of
Blood Runs Black.
Blood Runs Black for sure. I mean, I was just about to say Allegiance. It sounds like Allegiance 2.0, but with more of a modern take, with catchier
100%.
And I was just like, dude, this is really insane. It's weird because when it comes to the Revival thing, it's the first time in like a long time, because metal's been at a point where it's like all the subgenres have been there and they've been sitting, and that's what we've got. But when the Revival thing happened, it was just like when I was a kid on MySpace again. It was like, wait, this exists?
Yep.
What's this? And so, like I said earlier, before we started the podcast, you guys were the first band that I even was like, what the fuck is a Revival? Like MySpace Revival? The fuck? I can't be that old. And then come to find out, yeah, dude, because this is a lot of shit that was coming out. I was there at the tail end, being in Northern California. That was at the tail end of like when deathcore was becoming a thing. You know, I was there. I saw a lot of those bands. I saw Suicide Silence. I told Jacob a while ago, like I saw them at like an old dive bar in San Francisco. Nobody knew who they were. It was like one of Mitch's, I think it was like a handful of shows he had done with them by that point. And it was a pretty interesting time to see that, you know, and you know, my background and your background are kind of the same with In Flames, and you know, I'm a really big melodic death metal, Swedish melodic death metal guy, with At the Gates and In Flames being some of my biggest influences. But deathcore was and metalcore for sure in that mid 2000s was like insanely explosive. It was super explosive.
Yes.
And it's kind of, I'm seeing that build up again. It's building up to like this explosion. How far it will go, I mean, time will tell, but like it's really cool to see. It's really, really cool. And I think a lot of that had to do with on the tail end of what Lorna was doing, and like Slaughter Triple, and whether people like them or not, you know, tomato, cucumber, pickle, whatever. But at the end of the day, like I feel like people were wanting something more nostalgic and a little bit more reminiscent to the roots, and I think we got that because a lot of those deathcore bands have transitioned into something different, and I feel like
100%.
Yeah, and I think we are seeing something that people have been kind of yearning for, and it's really dope to see, especially you guys at your age, where I'm like, I just turned 37, and I'm like, damn, dude, these kids are fucking what the fuck? You know, so it's awesome to see, man. It makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face. It makes me feel like a kid again.
The first band that ever started the Revival, I would say, is Psycho Frame.
Yes, they're like one of the bands that like,
yeah, for sure,
also killing it, and they definitely were one of those bands that like when I was getting at that, I feel like a lot of the original Revival bands, like Reverent, like Mauled, like Thus Spoke, like Psycho Frame especially, like I feel like a lot of those bands had that initial heavy breakthrough moment probably sometime over the course of last year, 2025. And like a lot of those bands did start like 2024, 2023. And it's just like kind of cool that it's like you're getting at, we're hitting that germination point where a bunch of these bands have had like the level of consistency, the level of touring, the level of like people finding the music, that you're starting to see these just like big wins come out. And I think it's so cool.
Yeah, agree.
100%. Like if you look at it all, like I think I heard it from shout out to the boys in Brutality Podcast. They were interviewing Austin from Lorna. They were talking about like how Austin said people didn't want Lorna to be the front of deathcore. They wanted the traditional, nasty, breakdown, everything. And Austin said if they were the cause for them falling on the sword to bring the revival scene back, they're more than welcome to do it.
Yeah, beautifully said too when he said that. I totally agreed with that. Like when I worked with them on that first headline tour they did on the Texas run, like even Austin kind of pinpointed, like, you know, hey man, if we're that gateway band now, which they were, because there's so many young kids coming to those shows, like I haven't seen that in a while. It was like when I was a kid, Slipknot was that band that was becoming the new gateway band of like the modern breakthrough bands at that time. Lorna was kind of doing that. There was a lot of kids there at ages like 10, 11 with their dad. Was like my era, because I'm a dad age now. So, you know, seeing that people that are me and Jacob's age being parents bringing their kids to these deathcore shows. Yeah, that just happened to be one of those bands among a few others that were like the gateway, which will veer through, which Austin, what was really cool is I talked to him at one point and we were just kind of like shitting about drums. And I was just like, man, it's really crazy to see the pop you guys are getting. This is really awesome. He goes, hey man, you know what? If we could be the gateway band that pushes somebody into a different band, that's like, you know, we were the band that got them in the metal, but then they found like that band that really like, oh my God, blew them away. He goes, he's happy with that. And he basically said on the podcast, and which is like very consistent. And I was like, that's about right. So really cool that he said that, because I don't think anybody wants to be the
100%. No, that's a good observation. I would definitely agree with what he said and how you guys are synthesizing it a ton. Like very, very good observation. Like, that band really does have just so many elements across the board. They have like the just straight up techie parts. They have the symphonic elements. They like, especially with the last two releases, they have some stuff that like starts to bridge just straight into like Blackened territory as well. And it's just such a cool gate. If they are what becomes the gateway band for a lot of people, which I do think you're right, I think they have. It's like it just opens up a lot of people to so many different possibilities. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So sick to see.
If you look at some of their tours, they've taken out so many different genres of bands. Like the first wave, like Aramsid, Bog, Aborted, the Keisha Train. Who else is there?
They took out Healing Flesh on their arena tour.
Yes, all of those. Yep.
Like if we didn't,
you're not wrong.
The heavy music. Like my gateway band, if you can't tell by the wall on my backdrop, is literally the Keisha Strain. That band is a band that proves after 24 years of being a band and still playing at the level they're playing and still taking out the younger people, that should tell you that there is still a morale for younger bands coming up. Like you got
100%. Like,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna piggyback off of that, and then you can resume your thought. Like, my first time seeing Acacia Strain was that Wormwood It Comes in Waves tour, and the fact that like I believe the 200 Stab Wound dudes like attest that to being like one of their big break-in moments. It's like a bunch of people in the Midwest just saw us out in Orange. Same with Dying Wish. I think that was their first time in Minnesota, and I saw them on that tour. Now look at where both of those bands are. Both killing it.
Oh yeah, like literally look at Orthodox.
Yeah, Orthodox. For real.
Like I shout out to them because like I love Adam, I love Mike. I forget the other guy's name to probably kick my ass. But I love those guys because like I remember talking to them. I was all like this, and I didn't meet them on a Acacia Strain tour. They played with Carcosa and within Destruction, and I was the only fan that knew because Adam screamed into the mic saying this, who's excited to see us? And I was like, woo, and everybody was just looking at me and like Adam's like, that guy gets it.
That's awesome. That band's also killing it. That new album's phenomenal.
Have you heard of Orthodox, Aaron?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I've not like dived into them, but I've heard of them before. I know I've seen them and I've heard them before. I just can't like place the sound right now. But I know the name for sure.
So you're out of Minnesota, correct?
Yes, I am out of Minnesota.
Okay, that means I got to book you down here in Iowa.
I would say when you added me on Facebook, I believe I saw Iowa. Where in Iowa are you located out of? Like general area.
So I'm 3 hours out of Des Moines.
Oh, sick! We just played Des Moines earlier this year.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we were on tour with Surfaced from Kentucky, as well as Zashed from Little Rock, and we played. That was like our last date on our January tour. And that was super sick. We played, I think it was called XBK, I believe.
Oh,
that was sick.
I've seen 2 tours there. I've seen
sick.
Body Snatcher play there, the Acacia Strain play there, and both times I literally seen someone get dragged down because they were crowd killing and beating the hell out.
Yeah, that sounds like Des Moines. Sounds like Des Moines.
Well,
that'd be sick.
Minnesota's got a pretty dope scene right now. I mean, being the state of Prince, you know what I'm saying? You guys have had like a huge history of like great musicians coming out of Prince being like the biggest one. But like right now, in terms of metal, like the scene there's popping right now.
Oh, I would fully agree. There's so many bands from like I will never ever be caught saying like I don't like Minnesota scene. I think it's one of the coolest scenes to be a part of. Just because it's like there's so many bands from across the like genre spectrum that are like doing such phenomenal things. Like we just did a tour with this band Falling with Scissors. Love those dudes. It's like another take on like that Vain and Static Dress type metalcore, and they do it phenomenally.
Nice.
There's like the band Valeska Surratt, which is like such a cool emo violence band that like really did a phenomenal job on like whether they intended or not being like a band that was received so well with that Screamo revival scene that was like couple years ago, and like they've done a cool job of like going from like straight up screamo violence, emo violence to just straight up like some of their stuff on their new albums like basically just straight power violence, which I think is cool. And like I could just keep going, but there's just so many cool bands that are from Minnesota that I'm just like, yeah, they're phenomenal, and I have nothing but like nice words to say about all of them. I guess one more is like Our Common Collapse, really good take on that like Thal scene, and like they just got signed to 3 Dot Recordings, and like they're doing such cool
I saw
work.
That's the Periphery label. Yeah, that's awesome. They got signed. That's
yes,
really cool.
And it's just like so many bands here that I could say nothing but good things about it. It's just like I feel very fortunate to live in a scene where it's like you could have 4 shows a week, and none of them are like inherently like shot. Like there's some scenes like Oklahoma City, love that scene, and even like the people that we book through, they're like, hey, we'll be honest with you, if there's another show happening this week, we're either going to try to combine the shows or just come back next time, because our scene doesn't have the capacity right now for like, if it's 2 metalcore shows in the week, both are just going to be shot because people are going to be torn on which one to go to. So we'd rather have, which is what happened earlier this year on tour. It was like an 8-band bill, and it was just went super well despite it being an 8-band bill.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it when that happens. That's how I discovered Peeling Flesh, because their 2 tours got combined with Suicide Silence and Carnifex, and they combined the package at the same venue. And so it was like Carnifex, Chelsea's Grin, Suicide Silence, and like Peeling Flesh open, and then like 10 Seconds Left to Life. And there was a lot of really awesome bands that were playing. But Eddie was like, dude, you really need to go check out this band like right now. And I go, damn, really, dude? For real? He's like, dude, we got them on this tour. Like, I can't recommend them enough. You need to go. And it was Peeling Flesh. And I hadn't seen a double package in a long time, but these guys were the first band that played for the whole package for both the tours combined, and they were the first band that played. Bro, it looked like they were a fucking headliner. It was nuts.
And look at where they are now. It's so crazy. It's so sick.
That was 3 years ago. They just went off, and they had just put out that EP with the skull on it. I'm totally brain farting on it right now, but it was only digital release. They had just put that out. Make a Move is on it or whatever, and it was just so insane the amount of shit they had going on, and I was laughing my ass off because of the samples. So I love when double packages happen. I think
Project Pat.
Opportunity. Yeah, I do. Project Pat for sure, dude. That's my shit. I love Project Pat.
Going off of that, it was kind of crazy. Like 2 years ago, it would be for me. The first like full US I did, I worked EDM tour for like my friends in this group, Majalvin, and they were supporting the Sudden Death Heretic tour. And that tour was when the EDM version of Midnight by Peeling Flesh became a thing, because that was like a collaboration between 2 of the artists on that tour, Peeling Flesh and another artist. So like every night I got to hear Midnight before that EDM mashup came out. I was like, this sounds like Peeling Flesh. And they're like, because it is. I'm like, That just makes perfect sense.
That's so awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Healing Flesh is the proof of Slam being on top.
Yes.
And I think, again, that's a perfect example of, like, what was going on with Deathcore. I feel like with the pop that was going with and, like, the hardcore scene was kind of popping with that, Healing kind of came out with both those elements, which, you know, I'm not saying they're deathcore, but they fit in with both those categories. They really do well with the hardcore crowd and with the deathcore scene. And Slam's kind of like a great mixture of that hardcore energy with that deathcore vibe, with a lot more death metal roots. And they really were able to, like, combine this scene. And I feel like both those scenes needed each other. Whether people agree with not, and they don't like the crowd killing or whatever, I gotta admit, man, I see both that demographic at their shows, and it's fucking awesome. I mean, I'm retired from the pit, but, like, I love watching the crowd now as part of the show, and it is amazing to see what the show they put on.
No, for sure. I'd say my hot take is there's room for both. There's room for both at a show. Like, the band Heavy Hitter, seeing their crowds, it's the same thing where it's like they'll have a part where you see nothing but hardcore two-steppers, and then they'll have a part where they're like, it's a fast part, so circle pit, and then it goes straight to a beatdown part or something after that. And it's like seeing shows like that, especially because they open like the Cryptopsy tour where people would be like, why is there this hardcore dancing BS at this show? And it's like watching that band navigate that is so cool. And it's just like, it just reaffirmed with me. I'm like, there's room for both at shows, and I think the bands that can pull it off, like you said, it's so satisfying watching those sets and watching those crowds.
100%. Like, if you look at it
Heavy
nowadays,
Hitter's a great band.
if you look at it, like, I think I was talking to one band from Europe. Mixed bills do not happen in Europe at all. If you
Yes,
look
I've heard.
It's true. It sucks.
Because they don't like doing it at all. Like, you'll get a deathcore lineup, you'll get a deathcore lineup. You get a beatdown lineup, you get a beatdown lineup. But, like, over here, we're very lucky to see some of these mixed bills, because Peeling Flesh was just on tour with Bayway from New Jersey. Like, that's insane. Like, like, I give fucking
that was a
Jay,
dope lineup. That was a dope lineup.
Jay so much shit for that. I'm just like this. And he's just like this. I'm a hardcore guy from Jersey. I love fucking Slam. I'm like, what?
Well, dude, they were just on. Baby was just on a crazy tour too the other week. Last year, it was them. They opened Corpse Pile, Despised Icon, and Sans Pig, dude. And that was a crazy.
Yes.
This band is so different compared to all them.
No, I would agree. Like, mixed bills, I think, are cool. There's always a room for a good mixed bill.
I agree. I totally agree. So what's going on with you guys next?
Okay, so currently we are in the pre-production and drafting stage for our debut album. We're doing our best to, like, line up songs that we're super proud of, line up, like, just album flow that we're super proud of, as well as figuring out how we want to go about releasing it, as well as, like, merchandise and stuff like that, to just really truly feel like it's a good step up than what we've done with A Pale Blood Sky. And, like, for instance, I just got, like, yesterday I was at a pre-pro session where we plugged through, like, 1.5 songs, just like, all right, do we like this song, or what can we add to it? We've done this for a couple weeks now, which is why it's like our show calendar is a little lighter than, like, last year, solely because it's like, this seems like our sign to just hunker down and write an album that we're all super proud of. And it's just like, like, the ethos we're trying to go for is, like, if there was a core album that we heard in high school that could have been like that hook, line, and sinker, that's like, whoa, this is, like, what I want to hear. That's what we're aiming for, which obviously means, like, it's going to be our cut of that, and that's completely okay. And I'm very pumped on what we have so far, and I'm excited for it to be out once we're at that point.
Hell yeah, man.
Who does the artwork?
So, okay, so since we are independent, we thought it would be fun and funny to the artwork so far are modified in-game renders from the game Bloodborne.
I knew it.
Yes.
Bloodborne.
Yes. So we are, for all intents and purposes, a Bloodborne themed band. We don't necessarily go so far to like we have to cosplay as the characters. If you see live videos or photos, we obviously dress up a level where it's like we're wearing like button-up shirts, or like I wear this like hoodie that's like tattered up and stuff like that. Same with our drummer. Our vocalist wears like a cloak and everything, and these like long finger gloves. So we're definitely Bloodborne inspired, which just can mean like old Gothic inspired, but especially Pale Blood Sky. We very much leaned into it, and given when we wrote that, because we were on tour and everything, we were just like, screw it. You know what would be funnier than just putting out an EP that's Bloodborne themed? If the cover art is a render from the game, and we're like, screw it, we'll do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
That being said, we are excited because we're figuring out the art direction we want to take the album. But again, we were independent, so we're just like, there's no reason we can't. Might as well have fun with it. Worst case, we just pay an artist to come up with something super, super dope to get around copyright. The worst that happens is it does well, and Sony's like, hey, don't do that. I'm like, hey, but if you cared, maybe there's something we could work on here.
Yeah. Word. I mean, that's a big thing that's coming up in artwork right now too, is all the game renders. I mean, my slam project, I just did one for Resident Evil 2, so I get it. So it's cool. It's a cool upcoming thing. I don't think it's a big deal. Plus, I mean, you could do both. A lot of bands now are kind of doing two different variant artworks with something, so you could
100%,
like you did with Paleborn Sky with the remaster. You could do one different artwork for one, and so many presses of that, and then do it with another one with an artist. If you guys wanted to. I mean, sky's the limit, man.
100%. Exactly. That ethos is exactly how we looked at it. We're like, we might as well have fun with it. And do we think it's fun and funny to like put out a release with a video game render? Absolutely. So there's no reason not to. So on and so forth. Do we think it's going to be cool when we have a more focused art direction for the album? Also, yes. So we're going to do both. Might as well have fun with it.
I don't think you're going to have any trouble with like Dark Souls or anything like that. Because if you look at merch, like Distant did a hoodie that had the Elden Ring tree. If they were going to
Psycho Frame with the Slave Knight Gale shirt.
The Acacia string.
Yes. Shout out Stolen Gun with the Bloodborne sample.
I mean, damn, dude, if they're going to come after anybody, they have a plethora of bands to go after for doing it. But there is a way to go around it. There is a way. I think you have to like somehow make it to where it's like not as representable. But I mean, like, I think these companies know like that's just like a lost cause and more cost money to spend for a case than anything else.
Well, and like there's like that tech death, mellow death band Firelink that like they wear it so proudly on their sleeve. The name's Firelink. All these songs are like very clearly like inspired by Dark Souls. Like I think one of the most recent songs they put out is just called Dark Eater, and it's just like I think From Software as a company is smart enough to know that it's like this is just more hype on our already existing IPs to bring more people in, and now there's going to be the Bloodborne movie, and it's like all that stuff, like it all just compounds on it. So
dude,
cool.
I'm so stoked on that. I'm so stoked on the Bloodborne movie.
I was gonna say, you see the Elden Ring show we're getting?
Yes, I'm excited for that, as well as the Sekiro one. Because I think both are going to be cool.
We're supposed to get Elden Ring movie 2. That's wrote by Arthur.
I've heard about both, and I'm excited about both.
I think they're working on a Dark Souls TV show too.
That would be cool.
I think it's being written by the same guy. From what I read, I think they're in talks with the guy to write like a draft of it. It's the same guy that did the newest Game of Thrones that they're doing right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool then. That'd be very cool, especially
if it was in that vein. I could see it working.
I would agree, and like their extra media surrounding those games, it's all just so well done. Like I have a good chunk of the Bloodborne comics, the like Dark Souls comics as well as manga are all super cool takes on. Like it's all fun subject matter.
And they're metal as fuck.
Exactly. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Aerith.
Exactly. Fucking love it.
Like straight up, like I think when I play Elden Ring, I usually listen to a lot of heavy shit. And like, if you look at it,
not my fault. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm the first person to admit it. The Acacia Strain for the longest time was calling out to the Dark Souls 3 theme.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. We're all nerds, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, Aerith, us picking the name Aerith, for some people, they were like, really, dude, the flower girl? I was like...
Oh, what?
I mean, the story does revolve around her pretty much, dude. Like, pretty much the most. And it means earth in Japanese, so I was like, it was kind of cool, double entendre, too. So I was just like, cool, whatever, fuck it.
No, exactly.
I'm like, I call it Cloud.
Exactly.
There's already Cloud Kicker.
Buster Sword.
Oh my god, somebody
Just
said, like, I'm surprised you didn't call it Buster Sword. I was like...
You're like, because it loses the mystique. Wow, it's Final Fantasy thing. Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure.
It just felt smoother. It just felt like a smoother name.
Full transparency, when we were picking the name, we were between Rakuyo or Kirkhammer, both weapons from Bloodborne. And my gut just kept going, it's gotta be Rakuyo. Like, Kirkhammer could be fun if it was like a slam band. I'm like, we're not a slam band. It's gotta be Rakuyo.
Well, it kind of sounds like a play off of Kurt Hammett.
Kind of does. Every time I heard that weapon, I'm like, Kirk Hammett. No, Kirkhammer.
Kirkhammer. That's awesome.
Like, if you guys need artwork, like one of the best artwork I've ever seen is Kalen Stokes.
The name sounds familiar. The name sounds very familiar.
He's done like artwork for like Cattle, Signs of the Swarm.
I know who you're talking about now.
He's very Dark Souls. If you look at his artwork, it's just like, this is some Dark Souls kind of crap. He's like this, because it is.
No, exactly. And like, going back to on like what's next to, it's like we're trying to find ways to like incorporate the imagery, or like the imagery we choose to like represent the sonic palette that we're going for. And like, we're definitely trying to a degree, add a lot more like symphonic elements, not necessarily become like a symphonic deathcore band, but more like you could argue adjacent to like a level of like Cradle of Filth, Demon Borgir, that type of influence, because a lot of us also did grow up with a level of black metal influence as well. So we're just trying to figure out whatever makes the best sense, like similar to like an album like Dusk and Her Embrace, where it's like you hear the songs, you see the artwork, and you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I looked at that artwork, I could picture what I was about to listen to, and that's like the type of vibe we're trying to go for. We don't know what it is yet, but once we hear this final body of work, I have a feeling we'll just be like, that's it. We know what we need to look for. We know what's going to represent this body of work. So it's cool. There's so many options, and Kalen does super sick work, because as soon as you start naming the bands, I'm like, oh, I know who this artist is.
Oh yeah, I'm good friends with Kalen. We don't talk every day because how busy he is.
Oh, I bet.
Like, now he's a tattoo apprentice.
Oh, sick.
And all I think in my head is, I messaged him because he's like, I'm doing tattoo work. I'm like, do you need free skin? Because I'll let you tattoo the hell out of my body.
I got you. Don't you worry.
And he's like, maybe someday. And I was like, I got my ribs open just for you. And he's like, oh, don't give me that spot. Like, I love...
Yeah.
I think the best quote I have ever heard, it's from Jamie Josta from Hatebreed, because he listens to a lot more death metal now. And he said, when you listen to death metal, you close your eyes and you read the lyrics and you close your eyes and you hear it in your imagination, because it's all based on fiction. None of these bands are actually killing someone.
It's a joke. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, and that's what I think is cool about metal too. It's like metal has that room where you absolutely can write stuff that's super like hard as on your sleeve, like it's as it sounds. Like someone could go through emotional turmoil and you could write some lyrics that's like super representative of that. Like, I think it's cool that as a genre you can do both, like something like that where it can be a very personal, like emotionally charged song, as well as you can have bands that it's just like, you know what would be funny if we wrote a song about a serial killer that did X, Y, and Z and still got away with it. And then it's just like you get that fun mix of like you have fiction, you can have stuff based in like human truth, you can have stuff that's like a conglomerate of both of them. It's just such a fun range to touch.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, most definitely. Like, I tell a lot of people this story. Me and my fiance got engaged right after
Hey guys,
Waking
I'm
the
back.
Cadaver. Yeah, we can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty. Apologies.
You're good. We got engaged right after Waking the Cadaver played Chased in the Woods by a Rapist.
Iconic song. You gotta do it sometimes. It's right there.
And like everybody looked at me like, how do you get engaged right after playing a song? They play a song like that, and I'm just like, when you know, you know.
When you know, you know. And sometimes songs, doesn't matter what the lyrics are, it's got the groove that make people want to move, and that's enough.
Oh yeah. You okay there, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm good. I just making sure my connection was good. I had to reboot my modem. Sometimes that happens once in a great while over here. But also, my fiance, I think, hit the breaker. So sometimes it happens. Our washer machine, once in a great while, will stop, and I think she hit the wrong breaker too. So I just wanted to make sure the modem was. So it's an old hookup in the garage. So we're actually gonna get it at some point. So sorry about that. She was.
Nice.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. It's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I go. Did I just cut you off the podcast? I go, it's cool. It's all right. I'll fix it. And she's like, tell them I'm sorry.
Technical difficulties are always workable.
Yeah, it is. All good.
That's what makes us unique. We're goofy and funny, and that's what I tell a lot of people.
Human error is okay.
Human error is okay. So, are you guys mostly drop tuned in drop C? Are you guys playing in C?
Yep, everything is tuned to drop C.
Yeah.
And like that was my personal thing I was a stickler about for the album. I'm like, hey, I'm okay with anything after this release, but I just want to have like one more cycle where everything's in drop C. One, so it's like we can figure out what sound we want. But two, I'm lazy. I don't like retuning guitars. I don't like having to change guitars. I have an Evertune equipped LTD right now, and it's like just in drop C, and I'm like, I know it's gonna be in tune. I don't have to think about anything. It's partially out of laziness and partially out of because I want it to be in drop C.
Yeah, drop C is great for a lot of different subgenres. I mean, you can really write anything in drop C, really.
I mean, the Faceless right behind you right there, like great example.
Yeah, I think like drop C and drop A are, I mean, like In Flames is in drop A. So, I mean, you know, so, I mean, there's a lot of great heavy low tunes that you can really do a lot of cool melodic stuff.
Oh, 100%. Such a great range of stuff you can touch.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for heavier stuff, for sure. So I heard it and I was like, yeah, I think this drop C for sure. If anything.
100%.
So, yeah, I dig it. I
love
drop C. Anything drop C is I'm a sucker for.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man.
We definitely got to book you here out in Iowa.
I would love it. Like, I love that routing from Minnesota. You snake down to Texas, go either east or west. It's one of my favorite routings because I love playing Texas. I have a lot of great friends in Des Moines. I have a lot of great friends in like OKC. It's like, it's one of my favorite routings because it's just like I get to maximize how many homies I get to see.
Yeah, exactly. Well, next time you come through Texas, man, I'll hook you up. I'll get you guys, buy you guys some dinner, and we'll, you know, maybe we'll try and meet up at the venue when you guys get there early, and wherever you guys are at, we'll go do something or whatever. We'll get you guys sound check, and then me and my fiance will throw you in the car, and we'll take you guys somewhere for more fun.
Well, heck yeah, that's very much appreciated and a very kind gesture.
For sure, man. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure if I get you here in Iowa, we got a healthy scene. We got like a big deathcore band, big death metal band, and a big hardcore band coming up.
Oh, sick. Yep.
We did have a slam band for a while, but they broke up sadly.
Unfortunate. Hate to see them go.
Oh yeah, it's hard to find a slam vocalist anymore, especially in the Midwest.
True. Such a specific skill set needed.
Yeah.
I think they because shout out to my friend Cody. He had a son who was only 17 do vocals for a while, and he got to play one show with Psycho Frame.
That's pretty cool. That type of stuff. I lucked out that Agony Reigns was like the high school band I was in, and we had a bunch of similar things. And it's one of those. I love when there's scenes that are healthy enough that you can have opportunities like that for younger kids. It just opens up so many opportunities for these kids to get the stars in their eyes. Like, whoa, I got to play with a band that I think is super dope. What else can we do with this? This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
100%.
Yeah. I don't think I have any more questions. Do you, Aaron?
So yeah, are you guys booking stuff for next year? Are you guys getting ready for like a trek? Or are you guys in talks with it? Because it sounds like the album will be done, probably released next year. So you guys planning a run with that?
Yes, that's all stuff that's like in flux and in limbo as we're locking in these details. But it is absolutely like what our main focus is right now, is getting that stuff ironed out. We just started working with Dean from State of Mind Touring this year. Love Dean. He's awesome. And like, basically we just have to tell him what time frame we want to do what and where. And he makes the magic happen and makes it all line up and happen. And I know for a fact that you're not exactly as you said, once it's time to promo the album, hopefully early next year, it's going to be just, all right, so now where are we going to hit? I'm thinking we're going to go east next to just promote it and see how that goes. Because, yeah, that's all stuff we're working on and planning and just figuring out logistics for.
You have an idea of where you guys are going to record the album? Or are you going to do it mostly in home and send it in?
There's a couple variables that I can't really disclose right now, but depending on what those variables equate to will kind of influence it. There is this guy, Evan Salmons, out in Maine that has been a very big contender. He worked with Keonashi, who took us on tour last year. He's also done I think he did the guitar engineering work for the most recent Black Dahlia, if I remember correct. He was one of the 2 mixing engineers on the most recent Kill Switch. That guy's super high up on our list of considerations. And there's a bunch of great studios locally as well. It really does just boil down to a couple factors that are kind of like falling into place, like literally like throughout this week, that as we get those answers, it'll really determine what kind of budget we can like mentally set ourselves and like, exactly. So
yeah.
Once we get those answers, we kind of determine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons to both, recording it in-house and then just sending it into an engineer and then actually going to the engineer and recording it.
Especially because we're in Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of great dudes in there in Minnesota. There's a lot of great dudes in there, man.
100%. But yeah, so it's all on the table. We're just figuring it out.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I think that's about it for me too, Jacob. I think we're...
Well, heck yeah.
But Matt, thanks again, man, for making this. Dude, we've been talking forever, you and me, for like.
Dude, absolutely.
So I really appreciate all your support for Aerith and just being a chill homie, and I'm happy to see where you're at now with all your success on all your projects, dude. I'm really stoked for you, man. And like I said, I will make it out to one of those shows in Texas. I promise. And then I also will promise you, I will, if I get it done here in time, that Aerith album, I will make sure to send you a copy. Just need to send me your address. I will send you a copy of that bad boy.
No worries. I appreciate it. Likewise, it was great chatting. It was great meeting you, Jacob. You two are both dope. And genuinely, thank you for having me.